everyone, it's Angelina Papazian with River of Life Coaching, and I am a spiritual life coach and a master of social work, and today we are going to be talking about God. So, for many of us, we might already have certain thoughts and feelings and beliefs around this topic. It might bring a lot of things up to the surface. It might have a lot of baggage around it. We might have had some really bad experiences with it, or maybe we do have a lot of great experiences with it. Maybe we're in a place where we do feel like we have an understanding of what we believe God to be. Maybe we do have certain experiences that have been positive and healthy for us, or maybe we're in a bit of an in-between phase. Maybe we are breaking away from certain beliefs we might have had about God and what it was, or if God even exists, and we might be stepping into new belief systems. We might be learning about different perspectives. We might be learning different philosophies or different types of ways of viewing and believing about this topic. And we might not yet be where we want to be. We might not yet know what we even want to believe in, and all of that is perfectly okay and valid. So today we're just going to go over some questions that are relating to the overall topic of God. The purpose of these questions are not for me to tell you what God is or is not. They are not to suggest that God is or isn't a certain thing or a certain idea or a certain concept. They're really only for your own reflection. Each of us at the end of the day has to decide what it is that we believe in. There are many people who may make some truth claims. There might be people you come across who have very strong beliefs and ideas. We might even find ourselves to have very strong opinions and beliefs about this, and that's all perfectly okay. We all need to accept where we're at, but we also may find it in our best interest to really consider these things and to consider different beliefs and perspectives and see if there's anything that we can draw from. If this is something that you are wanting to delve into, I strongly advise you to discuss this with a spiritual life coach or director. Maybe you could talk with a pastor or a religious or spiritual leader in your community. Maybe you can discuss this with a therapist who is trained on things like this. Maybe you can discuss it with a close friend who actually is well versed on these topics or has some experience to draw from and can create a safe space and container for you. So without further ado, we are going to go forward with some questions. Who is God to you? How has your understanding of God changed over your time? What words or words would you use to describe God's character? I meant to say, what words or word would you use to describe God's character, if God even has character? What do you believe God wants for humanity? Is there a certain thing that God wants for humanity? Is that something that we as people can know? What does it mean to have a relationship with God? Do I have to have a relationship with God? If I have a relationship with God, what can that look like from day to day? Does it have to be the same, or can that change? Where do you feel closest to God? Do you feel close to God? Has there ever been a time in your life where you felt close to God? When have you felt distant from God? And what do you think was causing that distance? Was that distance good for you? Was it bad for you? Was it a mix of two? How do you experience God's presence? Do you experience God's presence? Do you feel that anywhere in your body? Is it more of a cognitive or mental process? Are there any questions about God that are currently unanswered for you? Are there any questions about God that you want answered? Are there any things that you want to learn about God? Are there certain perspectives that you want to learn? Are there certain perspectives that you may want to deepen your understanding and knowledge on? Can there be room for mystery in God? Or do we need to have certain absolutes? Is one better than the other? Are there pros and cons of either of those? Are there any attributes about God that you currently hold or that you've heard that bring you comfort or think that it benefits you in your life? Are there any characteristics about God that make you a better person? Are there any aspects of God that are hard for you to accept? Are those aspects of God based on reality? Are they based on what other people say? Are they based on science or objective facts? Are they based on things that we can observe and see? Does God show mercy? Is God merciful? Can we tie the concept of mercy to God? What about justice? Is God a just God? What does a just God look like or feel like? What does a just God do or don't do? Does justice play a part in God in any way, shape, or form? What about compassion? Is God compassionate? Is God loving or kind? Is God a mix? Does God choose what they want to be if we had to personify God? Does God need to be personified? Is that just a way for us to understand God? Do you have a certain image of God in your life that is influencing your life right now, that is influencing your belief systems, that is influencing the way you show up? Are there certain ways that you want to understand God, or certain ways that you wish you could bring yourself to understand? Is God something that you feel is so far out of reach of you? Or do you feel like God is within you? Or can it be both? What can help you to trust in God? Do you need to trust in God? What does trust look like in God in your life? And in what ways can that help you in your life? In what ways can that be beneficial? Can it even be beneficial? Are there any things that make trusting God difficult if we feel that trusting God is necessary? Are there things that can make trusting God easier for us? What are some experiences that you've had in your life that have shaped the way you viewed God? What have been some experiences in your life that have shaped the way you come to believe in God? What are some things that you've experienced in your life that have hurt a relationship with God? Do you want a relationship with God? Do you want God in your life? Do you want to have an intellectual understanding of God? Do you want to have an emotional understanding or an emotional connection with God? Do you want to be God? Are human beings God, or a manifestation of God, a fragment or a certain part of God? Is God expansive? Is God inclusive? Is God all-knowing or omnipotent? Does God change? Does God look different from day to day? Is God every single thing that exists? Is God creation or life itself? There are many different questions we can ask. There are probably an infinite amount of questions that we can ask on this topic. And there's so many different ways to look at it. And so each of us has to really sit with these questions. We may find that when we start to question this honestly and be really clear about what it is that we believe in, we may find that we start to dismantle some of the things that we thought were true, some of the things that we thought were reality and how life worked. And this can be a very difficult process for us to go through. We may need to delve into our supports. We may need to create a safe space for us to really delve into this and to really talk about this. We may need to ease into these topics very gently. Sometimes when we take a brick out of a structure, everything crumbles on top of it. We may find that when we start to honestly ask these types of questions, a lot of beliefs that we've held on to throughout our lives are no longer valid. And we may need to sit with some very difficult and uncomfortable things. And so each of us has to ask ourselves if this would be a worthwhile endeavor for us. Is there some value or benefit that this can bring into my life? Can this make me a better person in the long run? Can this help me to grow and develop? Can this help me to become a wiser person? Can this help me to become closer to the kind of person that I want to be in my life? what benefits can come from asking these questions, if any? Many people find that when they ask these questions, it is a worthwhile endeavor. Many people find that when they start to ask these questions, the old versions of themselves start to die off, but it gives birth to new versions of themselves. It's a process of out with the old, in with the new, or a phoenix rising from the ashes. We each have to decide for ourselves what paths we take, what direction to go, what to ask, what to get curious about, what to challenge, what to question, and what we ultimately want. What is our reasoning for asking? What are our motives behind this? What are we hoping to gain from this? All of our experiences might look different on the outside. The unfolding of our experiences can be different from each person. So what is it you want to experience in your life? What is it you want in every area of your life? Can God play a part in that life? Can God play a part or a role in each part of your life? Can you walk alongside God? Do I need to call it God, or can I call it something else? And in what ways do you think that you can grow and develop throughout the process? If you found this video to be helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in spiritual coaching, message me directly. Have a good day.